Hi guys, welcome to Simproved, Fry speaking here, and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build, this time again of course on Sulani for the new Island Living expansion pack, and this is a eco campus, so to speak. I want to break the border between university and of course Island Living, so I built this conservationist home, which could also be a hotel or a huge villa. So yeah, if you want to see how I built this, just stay tuned and I will tell you everything about it. So I started on the 50 by 50 lot. There's a shipwreck on it. I think it's called Shipwrecks, Admiral's Shipwreck or something like this. And this is not only a soul build just for me, guys. This is also a very special build for a huge collab between 16 YouTubers. We were all at EA Play and thought it would be so cool for the release day of Island Living, the new expansion pack, to give you a huge save file with our builds and our households that we created for you. And this is one of them. I came together with all of them and we had this crazy idea, and I was like, can we do this in 2 days? Is this possible? And we were like, yeah, sure, of course, let's do this. It was kind of like a crazy idea. And yeah, we all picked lots so that at the end every lot is built on that we have in Sulani in the new world. And I got the 50 by 51 in the jungle. And it's also in Muapolam, which is, I hope I pronounced that right, but this is like the nature island where the conservationists in your career on The Sims 4 usually have to go to do surveys on the nature and, you know, pick up trash from the beaches and all that stuff. And I thought, since this is like such a vital kind of island or lot type here with the where this is situated, I thought this is perfect for the conservationist career. So I thought, why not play with 8 Sims who are all conservationists that are also basically like biology students or wildlife technicians, something like this. And I have like a huge main house and some laboratories and of course some dorms. So this is the main house that I started with, and this time I did something crazy which I usually never do. This is when I built from the inside out, which I never did, but I had this common community house kind of already sketched out, and I thought I really wanted to do something like this because I wanted to strike the middle between tropical kind of interior design and exterior design plus modern, and I think I did a really good job so far. I really hope that you like it. It's kind of like a mixture of both of them. And I wasn't so sure what I wanted to do for the modern part, since I didn't want to have only flat roofs or like these angled roofs. I thought these don't look tropical enough, and then at the end I have like these huge modern house blocks made out of concrete sitting on the sand in Muapolam, and I was just like, no, this is not working. And while I was experimenting with the roofs here, I was listening to movie soundtracks. So here's the inspiration. I listened accidentally, basically in this playlist, Jurassic Park came on, and I was like, oh yeah, Jurassic Park, like the first movie, I think they were also in the first 3 movies, had this distinct community center or research center with this really cool roofs. So these roofs are inspired by the Jurassic Park house in the movies, and I thought this is perfect because it strikes like the typical thing of tropical modernism, basically, and I wanted to do this here as well. So we have these round roofs made out of straw on these flat modern roofs, and I thought this looks crazy good. This is like kind of like also now a Jurassic Park build, basically. So if you ever get dinosaurs in the game, this is also like fun little build for you guys that you can use then. So yeah, like I said, I had a community house, and this is one of the dorms, so to speak. So there will be 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms in there, and this is also why it could also be maybe a hotel. We don't have functioning hotels with this pack, or not yet in The Sims 4 anyways, but yeah, if you are into building or like playing with a hotel, you can also use this as a hotel, since the common room is quite big and looks like a huge foyer. And yeah, I just thought maybe do more crossover builds, so there's like more different gameplay styles that you can use this build for. And on the sides of the main house, yeah, you can see I also used some glass roofs to kind of incorporate the modernism here a little bit again. And these are going to be the so-called laboratories. They won't look very laboratory-esque, so don't freak out yet. And also this whole build, by the way, I totally forgot to mention, is only Island Living expansion pack and base game. So if you have the new pack and you have the new world, you can just put this in there. But also, since it's like for the huge collab that we did, the Sulani Sirens. Did I mention that it's the Sulani Sirens? No. So yeah, we are 16 YouTubers, the Sulani Sirens, it's called the hashtag. And I will put the Tumblr post with the save file for you and with all the links down below, and also a short description for the Sulani Sirens so you know what's going on here. And yeah, it's just amazing. Like the whole build, like the whole world looks so much different now with all our builds, and so much better, because we all know that the Sims 4 like NPC houses are just, well, not that cool. But yeah, this is what you get, guys. I really hope that you like it, what we came up with. And here we can see a little, yeah, what is it? Like a bridge, kind of pagoda gazebo thing that I wanted to put over water. So I wanted to have like a huge pool in the middle, because I wanted the conservationists to maybe have some dolphins in there. This is not possible in the game. At least I haven't found how you can spawn dolphins with kind of like a debug object in there. But I just thought it would be cool, maybe since we also have mermaids with the new expansion pack, your mermaid can swim in there, and the conservationists can fish there and take some surveys and, you know, that kind of stuff. So I will put some fishing poles later in, so your Sims can fish there. And I also wanted to have like a huge seating area over the water, like as a community kind of hangout spot as well, that is outside, because we have this cool, you know, barbecue kind of thing that we have now, and I thought this is the perfect spot. Doesn't make sense that it's over water, because the barbecue thing is like a hole in the ground, but we will just, you know, realism, just, that's the Sims, it's not realistic at all. Just go with it. So yeah, since I wanted it to look like a natural kind of pool that they have there, maybe it's like a little lake that they built a whole conservation thing around, or maybe it's also like a modern, like self-made lake, I don't know. Just wanted it to have at least some water. And also like this, it has this more hotel kind of style for the different gameplays that I wanted to do. So yeah, I have thought about everything here. And then of course I went into landscaping with lots and lots of the new tropical plants that we have. We have lovely looking palm trees with this pack. I absolutely love them. I know I've said this like a couple of times in my videos already. I'm so sorry, but the palm trees look so realistic. Like they don't even fit like into the whole theme. But I loved all these tropical plants that came with this expansion pack. And here we are already in the interior design. So this is the hangout living room, which has an open ceiling, and there will be a gallery on the second floor, so you Sims can look down into this huge open living room. And I thought this is like such a cool idea, especially with these shade windows, or window shades that we get now. There are technically windows in the game. I thought these are also cool for as like wall dividers or room dividers, and I used them here as well as a background for the new very modern looking tropical shelves that we have. And yeah, you can already see I go with lots of wood textures and of course white to give it this modern look. And I really like this. Especially the kitchen is kind of like a really cool kitchen, because it has this huge kitchen island, and there is of course a stove and a sink and everything, so your Sims can use these as well and sit there on the kitchen island. And I'm sorry, there's a car just driving next to me. I'm so sorry. I should have closed the window, but yeah, what can you do? That's the life of a YouTuber. Always when you're recording, something happens and makes loud noises. I'm sorry for that. So yeah, basically lots of different wood textures and patterns that we have with the tropical pack. I honestly know that lots of people complain that we don't have the same wood swatches with all these things, but I think this makes it more realistic this way, because when I look at my, you know, different wooden furniture here, they all have kind of like a slight tint to some kind of color, you know, like some is more beigey, and still, since it's the same type of wood, you don't always have the exact same color. This is just not possible. So I think this looks kind of cool. Could be like a new modern floor. Maybe the floor is renovated and new and like the panels are old and stuff like this. So I just thought that it's like a cool idea to have, of course. Next to the living room, I had this small little, very weirdly shaped room. And this is also like a maybe recreational room, so there are some bonsai trees for the gardening skill. There will be 2 computers and some bookshelves, so your Sims can, you know, maybe do some research there and grab their books and have like a community PC as well for them to use. There are going to be some PCs in the laboratories as well, of course, because this is what the conservationists need basically. Usually they're outside a lot and take like little surveys about the plants and the wildlife. And this is what I first wanted to do, like with a microscope. Later we will delete this microscope because it doesn't make really much sense, because they don't take microscopic samples. At least they do, but they don't, you know, analyze it with a microscope from base game, which is kind of like an oversight of the Sims team in my opinion, because it's not very well integrated with the stuff that we already have. But basically your conservationist Sims only need a PC so far, and have to, you know, gain some logic skill and like different kinds of skills. That is definitely possible here as well, and on the exterior, like in the outside as well. So I won't put in anything for that. And yeah, the conservationist basically just has to click on the PC, and then there's a conservationist kind of extra menu for that, for all the things that they can do. I think they can write articles and post about research and do research on the PC. So there will be plenty of PCs in there. And here we can already see that I didn't like the huge, very huge, ridiculously huge, to be honest, microscope. And I thought, why not put some plants in there, since they like study plants all the time. And we have this lovely glass roof on the laboratories. Why not have some plants? So they have plants from, you know, sun from the glass roofs and all the big windows all around, and I just thought that makes more sense, and it looks absolutely amazing. I just had to figure out which kind of plants are tall enough or small enough to fit under the glass roofs and don't stick out, and I came up with these tiny little, I think these are some kind of bushes. I think they are in the tree section though, not sure, but I love them. These are like super bushy and I just love them. They are amazing. These are one of my favorite plants, so to speak. So here we are upstairs of the community area, and I wanted to have 2 guest rooms with single beds. Later, if you play with a family, I thought maybe you have kids, so you can use these also as kid bedrooms maybe, or something like that. In the end, I will have at least 10 beds, I think. Yeah, 10 beds. Oh, 12 even, like when you count the single beds. And I just thought maybe for guests or something, they can sleep here when they visit, you know, maybe their student children here at the conservation center. I just thought that's like a cool idea. And also upstairs in the main house, there is one very luxurious big bathroom with all the new tropical pack objects that we have now. And I love that actually lots of these swatches, sometimes, I said this in a couple of videos as well, but lots of these swatches come with like a white or like very minimalistic, not very patterned textiles or something like this. So they can look really modern, in my opinion. So you have this tropical modernism in these objects as well. So these are really, really great for builders and very versatile, which I always love. I love when they do color swatches or some kind of nicks and nooks that it can look very modern or can look very fairy tale-ish or very tropical, you know, whatever they kind of style they actually went with. And that's something that I really like. I think they really put some mind behind, like, thought about how these things are supposed to look like, what kind of swatches they give us. Here we are in the dorms. This is one of the bigger rooms, and they are totally symmetrical, so I can later copy it to the other dorm house as well. So there is a little laptop, there is of course a dresser and a bed. Nothing too fancy here. I didn't want to go very crazy with the move objects in the interior because in my opinion the modern also kind of has to look a little bit more clean. I think I said this in a couple of videos already. And yeah, upstairs there is also of course 2 bedrooms next to the sleep rooms I wanted to say. And yeah, so we have 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms in these dorms, and I just copied them over so they look identical and the same with the laboratory. And here we are in the video tour. this is how it looks like. Please ignore the Seasons expansion pack garlands all around the roofs. I think it was New Year's Eve in Sulani. This is how it will be looking decorated if you have the Seasons expansion pack. I'm sorry, I couldn't delete them. Maybe somebody write me in the comments how you can delete these. But yeah, this looks so beautiful. I'm really happy how it turned out, especially with these round roofs that are inspired by the Jurassic Park Research Center. I really liked how it turned out. It's really overgrown, kind of looks very modern, but also very tropical. So I really wanted to try to put like 2 and 2 together and also fit this, you know, on Mua Palam, since this is like the conservationist island that they really go to for their career. So you have everything you need for a hotel, you have everything for the conservationist career, you have everything for a campus, so to speak, for a dorm. And yeah, it looks just beautiful. I especially love, of course, the common room, the living room area, because it's, look at this, it's huge, it's gorgeous, the open ceiling and all that stuff. It looks just amazing. I really liked how this turned out. And I just love these huge common rooms where you can have access to the living room hangout area from all different angles, because it really brings people together, you know. Also the kitchen is of course very modern, classic, kind of with a touch of tropical. I really like the new counters that they gave us, and the laboratories, of course, with the plants in there. So yeah, your Sims can study them, and I also could sneak in some other base game objects that kind of fit the research kind of theme, if you know what I mean. And yeah, the light is just shining through really nicely. Keep in mind that it's like New Year's Eve or something. I don't know what kind of season it was. But yeah, the seasons are of course different working in Sulani, and therefore it's always like kind of summer. And then when it's winter, I think we have like lots of monsoons and tropical rains. So yeah, this is just beautiful. Like always, I will put the download link in the video description now for you guys, so you can just download it for free and put it into your game. I will also put everything you need to know about the whole save file that we created, me and the other 15 YouTubers, just for you to grab it for the Sulani Sirens. And yeah, this is basically it. I really hope that you like this huge project, and thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you like Sims 4 builds like I do. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.